Hello Internet, and welcome back to our Magiclysm playthrough, the Druid. Last episode we continued checking out the lab. We tried out our battle rifle for the first time, and we killed some zombies, because that's what you do in this game. We're in some amount of pain. We're going to eat some aspirin. Going through a lot of aspirin. Maybe don't need to eat it all the time, but you know, it's whatever. Really should take these off. Almond milk's pretty good. A lot of calories and quench in that. Don't want to be wearing these all the time, but we have to actually take them off to get our night vision back. Camisole, human corpses. Not really anything interesting there. Okay. The lab so far has been a little bit of a bust. We kind of put off heading downstairs, but it's looking like we might actually want to do that. So what do we talk about? Well, shouldn't have opened the door like that. That's one thing we could talk about. Well, in the last couple weeks, we talked about pretty much everything you're not supposed to talk about in YouTube videos. We talked about religion. We talked about politics and domestic terrorism, which still chaps my behind because I heard Donald Trump say that we should bring back institutions because there's so much mental health problem in America, and that's totally why there are so many shootings. And that's really frustrating because institutions were basically just an excuse for people to be really nasty to people with mental health issues. I should shut my mouth. So we're not going to talk about politics because you don't talk about politics on the internet unless you're, you know, whatever. I don't think highly of those people. Talked about religion, which I shouldn't have talked about. Talked about homosexuality, which I probably shouldn't have talked about. I talked about abortion, which I probably shouldn't have talked about. And, you know, just pretty much bad decision after bad decision. Another battery is very valuable. We're going to take that. So there's a turret here which is preventing us from progressing to the north. We've already been up there. There's nothing left. We've hit the entire floor, I believe, at this point. And we need to be heading up. There's some down right over here. We'll head over that way. Maybe another exterior room. So we'll go check that out, I think. Next. And you probably noticed at some point that the generator sparked all the way over here through the wall. Again, they do that. Probably should mark. I mean, I never check the map notes, so even if I mark it, I'm just never gonna be aware of it and whatever. So talked about all the stuff I shouldn't talk about. What else does the internet even talk about? Well, I guess furries and anime, and memes. So if I hit those things, I would basically have hit everything the internet wants to do. And pornography, of course. We're not going to talk about any of those things. Did we favorite the pickaxe? We didn't, so that's still upstairs. We are going to crack the prisoner containment just because, you know, what is our skills? Why don't we spend a little time reading that first aid book and getting our first aid skill up? Turn these off while we're, of course, stupid generator is really getting on my nerves. I really hate those generators, as I have expressed. Let's take off the goggles so that we can see a little better, and let's grab... That is the wrong... Let's sort these out. Should have dropped these first, actually. It's in our inventory. We will keep that. And we will just drop everything else. Hang on to the batteries. We don't need to carry the royal jelly with us. Why don't we... We'll deal with that in a moment. Let's drop this stuff for now. And we can drop... Yeah, drop all that. Then let's favorite this other pile of aspirin and drop the... Oh, it just automatically combines them. Okay, let's unfavorite them and drop 10 aspirin and some batteries or bandages and first... Yeah, let's just drop that stuff and then we will go back and we will favorite the new pile of aspirin. Kind of would be nice if it auto-stacked them when you pick them up into the favorited stack, but that's okay. Let's spend a little time reading first aid, then we will crack the prisoner containment, and if there's any zombie scientists in there, we'll be in a better position. Drop your splintered... Okay. We'll be in a better position to harvest them for CBMs. So for now, let's just read this. Get our skills up a little bit. First aid to 6 requires first aid 3. Fantastic. So we can't actually read this book, because screw me, why would anything work out in my favor? Let's take a look at first aid craftables. We're not going to make these because they require tape, which we don't really have. We can make tape. Can we make duct tape? Tape. Cannot make duct tape. Currently, we don't have a recipe book for that. Unfortunately, so we don't have a renewable source of tape. We could make tape out of super glue if we had the recipe for it. Other than that, we can make disinfectant rags. We can make bandages, which require disinfectant, so we're not going to be doing that. I could swear that Mom, I don't know her real name, she is currently listed as Mom Bun on the Discord, had said about making it so you could use cattail jelly and what's the other one? Hydrogen peroxide to make these bandages, but that doesn't look like that's on a current version that I'm on. I haven't updated in 4 or 5 days actually because I was worried about some stability issues. So we don't have any real cheap disinfectant that we could make with this. So even though it could grind our first aid skill up, we're not going to be doing that because it would cost us disinfectant. And I don't really feel comfortable. Oop, dropped my pen. I don't really feel comfortable doing that with disinfectant. So unfortunately, we cannot raise our first aid skill at the moment. We'll still go crack the prisoner thing just to see, because there's usually a medication closet in there. It would never hurt to have a little bit more of the high-end painkillers. We are looking for the pick. We'll take one of our pickaxes and we'll head down there and we'll clear that out. So what do we talk about? I don't know what to talk about. Anime furry porn is probably what the internet, porn memes. I don't know. What do people talk about on the internet? Let's oh, I had a weird interaction today. So I work let's just pickaxe in there. Heard thump. No, I'm not worried about the thumps. Sounds like there's a zombie scientist on the other side of the wall. Not a big deal. If it's just one, in fact, sounds like some things dying. If it's just one, we'll use the Glock to clear it out. And if it's something scarier, we'll use the battle rifle. We did get collapsed on by debris, which is not good. We will activate our amp goggles, which we will wear. And then we will try to free ourselves from the rubble. A zombie scientist, please let me out of the rubble. Can't get loose. There we go. I don't think they have ranged attacks anymore, and I don't think they're strong enough to knock down the rebar on their own. If there were more than one, it would be more likely to knock down the rebar, but let's shoot it to keep it in this area. If it doesn't see us, it's going to just wander off. So let's just polish this off and get rid of some of our 9mm ammunition, and we will go back to the, for the time being, crappy crowbar. How damaged is the crowbar? Exactly. Where in my inventory? Went down to 9 bash. Should still be enough to smash through this, although it will probably take a little longer. And we don't have a plank, I guess. Just grab a plank. There's a knife over there. Didn't we? We already have a butcher knife. Let's grab the... No. Plank. Yeah, I had a weird interaction. So I work as a driver, and I have to do pickups and things from shops. And let's turn off these, take these off. And we're not in a necessarily safe place. Why don't we drag this out here to where we know it's kind of safe, and then we will butcher by turning on the flashlight. Let's reload our flashlight with a light battery, activate the flashlight so we have some light to butcher by. Where's there? Flashlight. Sorry. And we will dissect the zombie scientist. I highly suspect we're not going to get anything, but this should give us some first aid experience. And in fact, I think we were close to level 2, so it might boost us to level 2. It actually didn't. Where's our first aid skill? Is at 1 with 27%. That's my mistake. So we didn't get anything, unfortunately. No real loot on it. Dissecting microscope again for lenses, but we've got so many at this point, it's not really worth it. Syringe of adrenaline is pretty handy, although I don't often use them. And then, didn't it say a burnout bionic? There it is, faulty burnout bionic. So that's not great, you know. What did I expect? Wow, it used 35 charge from the flashlight. We probably don't want to be doing that. We should be dragging them to lit areas if we're going to dissect them, rather than turning on a light to dissect them. Let's grab the inhaler, I guess. There was another zombie scientist in here. Are we wielding the rebar? And we'll just melee it, because we can. They shouldn't be too tough. And they don't seem particularly fast either. Swords of the Samurai. I think this gives you forging recipes, but we're nowhere near that level yet. Is there any light anywhere? I did smash the console because I'm an idiot. So no lights. Centrifuge. I don't remember where there were any lights. So unfortunately, there are lights over here. I guess we'll haul the corpse all the way up there. Although again, I don't really expect us to get anything out of it. Let's not do that. Let's pull just the corpse so that we're not carrying a... That's the wrong tile. Nope. Okay. So we're not carrying and hauling all of those things, which will slow us down quite a lot. And we'll haul this all the way up. Oh, which we can't really do because there's a fence in the way. Now that I'm here and I'm seeing that fence, actually, I think we should harvest that for cantilevers. This is actually where the spider is. Just smash it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to deal with this. No, I do. So unfortunately, now that I've smashed it, we actually have a lower chance of getting anything out of it. But we're going to haul it over here. And we're going to just... Oh my god. Haul it over here. And we'll just try to dissect it. Although we're not going to get anything out of it. But again, it should raise our first aid just a little bit. So it's not super terrible. Zombie scientist dissect. Why does dissection not refill your fire? Okay, burnout bionic, not worth it. Let's haul this crap out of here so we don't have a corpse stinking up our little living area. I don't think it matters, but, you know, whatever. Any cooked meat? No cooked meat, so let's cook some meat. Yeah, I have to pick up stuff from shops. Well, not pick up, but I have to basically verify numbers and things on how many products they sell, things like that. And so today I did that in the morning. I went into the local grocery store to get their information. And normally what I do, I go in and they basically have a spreadsheet that they hand me, and I mark down numbers and I check some things, and it's easy, right? Well, today they didn't have any of that done. So like I went in and I said, hey, you know, was it today? Yeah, Monday. So I went in and was like, hey, you know, your Sunday stuff is not on the list. You didn't mark your Sunday stuff. And when I went in, there were like 4 people at the consumer help desk. I don't know what you call it. And I was like, you know, hey, you know, you don't have your numbers marked from yesterday. I need those numbers. And the kid, you know, young guy, just was like, oh, I don't know. And so he went over to his boss. The manager is standing there talking to a coworker about like her kid or something. And he's trying to talk to her, and she's ignoring him, and she's just still talking about her kid. And he's like, hey, you know, this guy is here to pick up to get his numbers, and nobody marked them down. And he finally gets her attention, and she like hollers at one of the cashiers who's helping like an old woman put bags in her cart. And she's like, did you do the numbers for today? And it's like she's shouting right over top of me at this girl who's obviously busy trying to help a customer. And there's some miscommunication, and she doesn't really know what she's asking. And finally she's like, oh no, I didn't do those numbers. Zombie is dangerously close. Oh, you're not worrisome at all. We're just gonna knock this wall down. Our health is getting pretty bad from that stupid shock and from the things collapsing on us, so we're gonna need to address that when we sleep tonight. And so they shout back and forth for a while, and this girl is like, she's probably like 19, trying to help a customer, and there's this manager who's literally doing nothing, talking to her coworker. And then like after she yelled at the girl, she just stood there, like nobody helped. I just had to stand there while I literally waited for like 5.5 minutes, and the whole time she's just talking about her kids. And like and then I don't know how to maybe I'm a bad storyteller, but like I waited there for so long, and then finally she went over and was like, you didn't count the numbers, he's still here. I don't want him here, you know, you need to do this right now. And she's like, well, I'm in the middle of, you know, helping a customer or whatever. Anyway, long story short, because God, I'm just bad at storytelling. It's just one of those days. The manager could have done that. Like, she eventually did it because the girl was busy helping someone. But instead of doing her job and taking care of what is a very simple, I literally need a clipboard with some numbers on it. And then she finally went over and counted the things and was like, okay, well, there were this many and there were this many. And I was like, you know, thank you. And on the way out, the young girl was like, I'm really sorry I didn't have the numbers. And I was like, don't worry about it. There were literally 3 of your coworkers standing there doing nothing, including your boss, that could have taken 2 minutes out of their time to give me my numbers. It's not your fault. And it was just really uncomfortable because I had to stand there and they're yelling at each other back and forth, and it's like right in my face that they're yelling, and she could have just taken 2 minutes out of her life and done her job. Shouldn't have talked about that. That was just rambling nonsense. Point is, okay, turret has not spotted us. There's a console. This might be one of the consoles that would let us find the location of nearby labs, which would be valuable. I do think we're going to take a shot at this turret, also because they drop 9mm ammo, and it seems like 1 round of the caseless is worth 50 rounds of 9mm. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we will go back to the rebar, and we will 100 rounds of 9mm for 1 round of the battle rifle. We probably could have taken a shot at it with the 9mm pistol. My concern was that the 9mm pistol, if we shot, I don't know if there's a muzzle flash, and I don't know if it would have killed it in 1 shot. I don't know what their there's a very loud truck. I don't know what their hit points look like, and if we shot and didn't kill it and it somehow managed to spot us, that would have been very, very bad, because our health is not in the best place. Any bullet probably would have killed us. So let's interact with this console. Log console access is denied. I thought that this was a free console that you didn't have to hack. Our computer skill is literally 0, and we really don't want to risk using that and releasing security countermeasures, because if it drops a secu bot, we probably just die. And dying is bad. Dying is counterproductive, so we don't want to die. All these lights are making things a little difficult here. We will check these crates. They can have some pretty good stuff in them. Gummy vitamin and acrylamide. Highly carcinogenic white powder can be readily polymerized into a whole bunch of useful water-soluble gels. No idea what that would be useful for, but I don't remember seeing it anywhere else. So, yep. All these lights. That looks like a zombie pig. What is this thing? Zombified omnivore descended from the wild boar. Now it's got black goo all over it instead of mud. Festering boar. That's interesting. Never seen them before. I highly doubt it can get out. We could go in and kill it, but there's really no reason to. That light is making me very nervous, because if we step out here and there was a turret, we would be exposed. So I think we will try a different direction for the time being. And we will just proceed through the lab. Yeah, that story was a little drawn out and nonsensical. The gist of it is there were a bunch of people who could have done this very easily, very quickly, and instead they decided to push that responsibility on a young woman who was actively trying to help a customer, actively trying to help, an older woman load her bags, basically. So since we know that these give so many rounds, very dark, very dark, very dark. So this should not be able to see us. We'll try the pistol, because it is 9mm rounds. Activate holster. Store in inventory. Wield the... What? It's still in the holster. Activate the holster. Store in inventory. Apparently I exited the menu without meaning to. Anyway, we're holding the pistol. Let's see if we can kill this in 1 shot. Our pistols, yeah, very bad, but it's worth it, even if it takes several shots. Grazing hit. Okay, maybe not worth it. We could step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm hesitant to step any further than this. Grazing hit. Grazing hit. Not good. We are increasing our marksmanship. I mean, does it really hurt to take the shots? We're increasing our skills, and the rounds we're going to get are going to cancel out the amount of bullets that we fired anyway. 100 rounds. Man, so much 9mm. We definitely should be killing turrets when we find them, just for that massive amount of... Full Metal Jacket also is not ideal for dealing with. Let's They're jacketed hollow points, so they would be more armor penetrating. Let's look at the ammo side by side. Jacketed hollow points versus... Oh, we didn't unload the clip. Unload... Nope. Unload the clip. And then let's look at them side by side. Oh, okay. 24 damage for the full metal jacket versus 26 damage. However, the FMJ have 4 armor piercing, which is going to help us with things like turrets. And in general is just better. So we probably do want the jacketed hollow points. And then we will reload the Glock. And then we will try the... So these are, I'm pretty sure, the ones that let you... I'm going to save. I want to test. Yes. Bodies damaged by electrical shock. And it's locked. Okay, well, so much for that. We're not going to pick up 9mm casings. They're just not worth it. Because 9mm is so plentiful. And even if we got to reloading, we would not reload 9mm. We would prioritize shot shells and things. Didn't think about that. I guess the caseless rifles mean you can never create reloaded ammunition for them. This looks like the residential area. But it also looks like there's something angry in here. So we're going to go ahead and pull out our battle rifle just in case we come across another mole rat. Because I don't know many things that could do this kind of damage. Long strings we will take as well. Just because they have all kinds of utility value. Going to be very careful as we proceed up. More smashed things. Maybe this is just a pre-generated thing to simulate some kind of rioting. But I feel like it would be more likely that it's a... also lots of perishable food here probably. Lettuce is voluminous but not very many calories. Nope, that is the wrong button. Chewing tobacco, no. We are going to check for food while we're here. Peanut butter sandwich. We do have all that meat as well. It's going to go bad. Shouldn't have opened the door that way. Swashbuckling. Empty little pantry area. Okay. I'm going to check this side as well since we're already here. Be a little more careful this time around. A little pantry area. Has some meat soup we will take. Nice to find some non-perishable food items. Let's get that mouse cursor out of there. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed rude that they were yelling right in front of not only customers, but in front of me. You know, I'm there in a professional capacity. There are bloodstains here, which make me think there are corpses underneath this rubble. Unfortunately, unless we were to dig it up, we're not going to be able to tell what was really in there. And I think that they'll just revive even if they're in the rubble. So that's a little bit of a problem. We will go back to our rebar, I think. And we will smash this door down. Check the little pantry area. Soap bar we will take. I don't think we found that much detergent and stuff in this particular playthrough. Robots for Fun and Profit is a great book, but we're very far away from actually using that, taking advantage of that. Eat a banana. Also eat an orange, why not? How long on the peanut butter exactly? 1 day. Okay, so we have a lot of calories we're not going to be able to eat before they go bad, all that meat and stuff. Peckish, thirsty, minimal pain. Our health is not looking so good, but we're going to continue because I don't see why we would stop. It didn't hurt that the cashier that they were yelling at was attractive as well. You know, she was like probably 19 or 20, very pretty. And it's like, I really hate seeing pretty women, you know, get treated not so good. Maybe that's chauvinist of me. Maybe that's, you know, sexist or whatever, but just something about it really upsets me. Maybe because my mom was, you know, not treated very well when I was a child. Probably had an impact on me in some capacity. Some stairs next to a barracks. Man, we're getting a lot of barracks. I really would rather have a library at this point, or mutagen storage, or CBM storage, or literally anything that is not barracks. So we're going to wait 5 minutes. Heard thump. Thump is good. Thump implies humanoid enemies, which we can deal with. Nope, we're going to ignore that. Probably should have pulled out the battle rifle before I did this, just in case there are some bio operators on the other side of this wall. But thump is good. It means there's probably not a robot. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out the battle rifle. We're going to take a peek. Oh, the turret is blocking our night vision. Just some zombie soldiers. These should be killable in one shot, basically. If we get a critical, I can't believe he survived. 99 damage. We're going to back up and shoot the other one. And then we will finish them off with our pistol if they both survive. He died in the pit. Of course you did. Okay, critical. And we will step back. We will activate our... Oh, we didn't load that in our holster. Let's go ahead and pull the Glock. And then we will finish him off with the Glock. It should just take one round. Okay. Oh, and it was a critical? Why? This has armor piercing. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Nothing on him. Let's go ahead and go back to the rebar for the time being. And let's smash the other corpse as well. Yes, place a plank. Nothing that we couldn't find in the barracks, so that's not super valuable. Are going to be careful just because there could still be bio-operators in this area. Oh, we're still running, which is a very dangerous thing indeed. Because we could have, bumped into an enemy and then not had stamina. So it looks like mostly everything's okay. Eskrima. Someone, I asked on the Discord, someone basically said, hey, if you practice the stances long enough, you'll just unlock them eventually. So we're going to do that at some point. But for the moment, we're going to continue looting. Pair of elbow pads, also very valuable because they are 0 encumbrance and they do add armor to our arms. However, this might put us back up where our temperature may become an issue. Still very valuable to have. We'll take the ammo pouch. Really don't need any of this other stuff. We have tack gloves already. We have combat boots. Yeah, not super interesting. We're of course going to be going into the armory probably in the next episode. But for now we will clear this out. We could just butcher the combat boots while we're here and carry the Kevlar back because we have to make a trip back to base anyway to drop this stuff off. Guns and ammo, another M17. We'll go ahead and unload the M17. We'll take the round and the magazine. Unload the magazine. We also found that one weapon that had a lot of mods on it. We should look into putting some of them on our battle rifle. I don't know if I will remember that in the coming episodes or not. So we're going to be heading back. Why don't we go ahead and butcher as many Kevlar plates as we can out of these boots. Oh, no boots on that one. So that we, they're a little less voluminous than the boots themselves. And we can just carry that all back. Still carrying the stupid hide bag, but I'm just hesitant to give up all that extra storage. Drop all this, butcher, cut up everything, and we come away with 16 Kevlar plates and 16 leather patches. Nice. And we will pick up the additional combat boots, and we will do the same thing again. And cut them up, and there we go. And we will head back to base to drop all this stuff off, and we will mark armory and downstairs. Okay, we'll head back to base. I don't know. I also, at work recently, I remember I told the story about how one of my coworkers was getting screamed at by her boyfriend in front of me, which was very uncomfortable. Did we mark these downstairs as well? And then recently, there's another couple who recently started at work, and the other day I went to work, and there was just some girl sitting on the curb crying, and I was like, I don't know who this is. She looks to be about my age, maybe 30. And she's just crying and crying, and this guy comes out, and she's like, he was like, just shut up and get in the fucking car. And I was like, oh man, that's not okay, and that kind of stuff really sets me off. But I didn't say anything because that's my job, and you don't mess with your job. You don't, put your job in jeopardy just because you don't like the way someone's, like if someone hit someone in front of me, I would have a very negative reaction. But if you're just yelling at each other, cursing at each other, it's just none of my business, I guess. I don't want to mess up my job, basically. And it makes me feel really trashy because I feel like it's not okay for people to do that, and it's not okay to ignore things like that. But I don't feel like I can risk my job for, I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't even have brought that up. You eat this meat. Let's sort everything out. Oh, we already did. That cannot be correct. We found food that we just dropped. Yeah, that's not right. We didn't sort everything. Is this not the unsorted pile? It's not the unsorted pile. Drag all this crap over here. Now we will sort everything. What is this? Beverages? Okay. We'll go ahead and we will eat. Where did the peanut butter and stuff go? Did I not just pick up a bunch? Did we not get a peanut butter sandwich while we were down there? Food? What is this? Do I have 2 food piles? Oh no, I dropped the meat separately so I wouldn't lose track of the meat. This is the food pile. We eat that sandwich. We've eaten tons and tons of calories. I would like to see us bump up to overweight at some point because we were getting some of the malnourished messages, which are not great. We'll go ahead and we'll drink a crispy cranberry, and we will drink some almond milk because almond milk is delicious. And we will head out to our car and drink some actual water to take us the rest of the way towards quenched. Water. Jug of water. Jug of clean water. Water. And we'll take one more shot, and now we're good. We are engorged. You're not supposed to eat to the point that you're engorged, but we did. Oh well. Anyway, that's going to do it. In the next episode, we will be heading into that other armory and hopefully finding some more rounds for our battle rifle, things like that. Again, we are pretty much set at this point. We have an MBR vest. We have arm guards. We have all kinds of stuff. We have a battle rifle, which is more than capable of killing even like pretty evolved creatures at this point. So we really have nothing to fear for the next couple of weeks. And we're just going to continue accruing loot. And at some point, we're probably going to look into grinding fab and maybe getting chitinous armor, things like that. But we're going to be calling the episode here. So for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll be back, of course, with more Cataclysm every single day of the week. And I'll see you in the next episode.